Yes. So we must know what is the constitution. Now you must have played football and cricket, right? In football there is a system, you know. In cricket also there is a system. Players cannot catch the in football. Players cannot catch the ball with their hand. Only the goalkeeper can catch the ball with their hand. But if the goalkeeper comes out from his area and catches the ball, then there is going to be a penalty kick. And the ball has to be kicked by the leg, has to be dribbled by the leg. Defense also he has to be driven by the leg and all. That is one system. Cricket is also the bat is there, the ball is there. There are all now everyone catches the ball with their hand. No one kicks the ball, but the ball has to be hit with the bat. And here, if the ball is caught in the air, if it is hit by the batsman, it's caught in the air, that batsman is out. System is there. Now, who has made that system? A group of people. In an organized way, it is played. There are fouls. There are in football there are fouls. That is crime. Things happen knowingly. They do it. Suddenly the ball comes, a bouncer, deliberate bouncer hits the batsman. He gets hit. He's running through the wickets and through the stumps, and they throw the ball knowingly and goes and hits the batsman. He gets hurt. These are rules broken. So for rules breaking there is punishment also. Same thing as the game and the football and cricket. Same thing is the constitution. A group of rules are set for the game to go on, for the country to run. Right? I hope you are understanding so far. So, if I come back to the book here, it says in the first part, you must have already done the division of powers, of the balances and checks or whatever happens in the constitutional provisions. You must have done that. Otherwise, you won't have come to this chapter. Now, what is federalism? Let us go to the contrast between Belgium and Sri Lanka. Belgium wanted to reduce the power of central government to give the powers to the regional governments. Regional governments existed in Belgium even earlier. They had their roles and powers, but all these powers were given to these governments and could be withdrawn by the central government. The change that took place in 1993 was that regional governments were given constitutional powers that were no longer dependent on the central government. Thus, Belgium shifted from a unitary to a federal form of government. Sri Lanka continues to be, for all practical purposes, a unitary system, where the national government has all the powers. Tamil leaders want Sri Lanka to become a federal system. Now, federalism is a system of governments in which the power is divided between the central authority and the various constituent units of the country. I told you this. Now, this cartoon is saying it's totally confused. What do we call the Indian government? Is it union or federal or central? Because democracy is inside it, republic is also inside it, that's why we get a bit confused. Nothing to be confused. Federalism has two levels of government. One is the government of the entire country, the central government, Delhi, and one is the common interest responsible for few subjects of the common national interest, that is the state government. Now a central person will not look after your state. For your looking after your state, you have a CM. They report to the center and the center asks them the information about the state. That's all. Now both the governments enjoy their powers independent of the other. They have their own powers. How to rule the place and how to take care of their welfares. Now, in this sense, federations are contrasted with unitary governments. Under the unitary system, either there is only one level of government or the subunits are subordinate to the central government. The central government can pass on orders to the provincial or the local governments, but in a federal system, the central government cannot order the state government to do something. The state government has powers of its own for which it is not answerable to the central government. Both these governments are separately answerable to the people. But in India, some part of it is same. There is a union list and there is a state list and a concurrent list. Okay. Now, to keep a check and balance on the state, we have the union government. We'll come to that point. So, we'll keep it till here today. And this part. Both these governments are separately answerable to the people in a federal government. People, you have to answer the people because they have voted for us. They have brought in the system. It is by the people, for the people, and to the people. We'll keep it till here. In the next class, we'll go ahead and do it. Okay? So, till then, bye-bye, take care, and best of luck for your exams, and try to do well. And I know that you guys will do well. So, you guys are good. So, no problem. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.